Hey everybody, we're waiting for Tampa Bay Hi everyone, we're waiting for Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach Bruce Arians to approach the podium 10, which appears to be doing any second now. You hear the background talk. And
no, I switched it up. Here we go. They're doing it.
All right, I believe we are ready. It looks like we're ready. Let's see here. It's the podium 10.
I think we're probably still about 2 minutes away. So
I hear something. I hear something. Let's see here. All right.
just a reminder, go today 15 minutes.
15 minutes or something. Sounds like the coach is actually sitting there waiting for Bucks head coach Bruce Arians. That's who we're waiting for, folks. Boom. Welcome. And what will happen is that this podium 10 will fade into black and be replaced by, I hope, his image, right?
Yeah, there you go.
There he is. Is Coach asleep? Or is he just going over stuff?
Here you go, Coach. You're up.
It's like he was meditating. Hope he's okay.
Coach, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Perfect. We'll get started. First, I want to thank all media for joining us for today's Super Bowl 55 media availability with head coach Bruce Arians. We'll get started. First question will come from Jason Leisure with the Chicago Sun-Times.
Hey, Bruce, I'd like to ask you two questions about defense. One, as an offensive-minded head coach, what's your approach? How do you make sure you have the right guy when you're looking to hire a defensive coordinator? And secondly, I know some offensive-minded head coaches basically stay out of the defense. They let their defensive coordinator be essentially head coach of the defense. Is that your relationship with Todd?
First answer, I think you're looking for someone who matches your personality and what you want out of your football team. For us, it starts with attack. We want to attack in all three phases: offense, defense, special teams. Todd does a great job of that. I do trust him totally, and the only time, and I have to do it very, very seldom, tell him to go cover zero and blitz more. That's about it.
Next, we'll go to Ryan Dunleavy.
Hey, Bruce, I wanted to ask you about the no risk it, no biscuit philosophy, where its origins come from. And honestly, Bruce, I'm wondering, do you live that way in other parts of your life? Like, I don't know, are you aggressive in real estate or finance or anything? Do you have that kind of philosophy other places too?
Yeah, I think it started, when I was young, one of my coaches put the poem If by Rudyard Kipling in our playbook. And it just talks about not being afraid to throw your hat in a ring, fail or win, bounce back and keep on going. I do apply it to everyday life. You're not guaranteed the next day. I hit a lot of balls in the water going for it in two, knowing I can't get there, but I ain't going to get there unless I try. And that 1 out of 10 that makes it, it's a great feeling. And so, yeah, that's how I live life.
Next, we'll go to Nate Davis.
Hey, Coach, you've worked with a lot of really premier quarterbacks, obviously during your career. Just wondering, with your year with Tom here, what's really just distinguished him, maybe that you didn't realize beforehand, and maybe particularly in terms of things we don't see on Sunday?
I think the biggest thing with Tom is that he's just one of the guys. Until you're with a guy of his stature, you really don't know his personality on a daily basis. He is just fantastically one of the guys, and he does such a great job working with younger and older players. It's like having another coach on the field, and it's been fantastic.
Next, we'll go to Michael Hurley.
Hey, Bruce. I had another question about Tom. Jason Light last week said that when Tom signed, he wanted the number 7. He thought about it, going for that 7th Super Bowl. You've coached a lot of players. Everyone wants to win, obviously, but Tom obviously being not satisfied with 6 Super Bowls. What's it been like, or what's unique about his passion to win?
Well, I think the great quarterbacks all have it. They have the ability to will themselves on other people to make sure that everybody has bought into the cause, and the cause is a ring, putting a championship in your trophy case. So Tom brings that attitude every single day, and it permeates throughout the entire locker room.
Next, we'll go to Neil Reynolds.
Hi, Coach. Neil from Sky Sports in the UK. Coach, I was sat in your office in March, about a week before you signed Tom Brady, and you seemed in a very good mood, and now I realise why. I know it's a one game at a time business, but once you signed him, did you think you might have a shot at where you are right now? Did you allow yourself to get excited about it?
Yes, I did. I thought that was the missing piece. Then Jason did such a great job of adding pieces as we went along. And Rob, Leonard, Antonio, and other guys. Ross Cockrell has been one of the best pickups we've had the entire season. So, yeah, I thought it was possible, and that was our goal because I knew how good a football team we had and what we were missing. And we were missing that belief that we were good enough.
Next, we'll go to Susie Colbert.
Hi, Bruce.
Hey, Suze.
Hey, so much was made throughout the whole season about your relationship with Tom and the collaboration and how it was going. On one of our shows, Steve Young even said early on, calling him out in the media was a calculated thing. How much did you think about, what I'm saying to the media or how this looks and how the whole thing progressed?
Suze, you know me. I don't think about it. I just answer questions honestly. If somebody asks me why he threw an interception, I'll tell them the truth. That is not calling him out. That's just answering a question honestly. I really don't know any other way. Tom and I've had a great relationship since day one, and it's just gotten better and better. And he wants to be coached hard. Just because of that, other people do things differently. But he knew what he was getting into when he joined this one.
Next, we'll go to Lindsey Jones.
Hey, Bruce, you've been pretty critical about the hiring process and the hiring cycle previously. Do you think it would help if the NFL made a rule to move it to after the Super Bowl? How would that impact coaches like yours and also Eric Bieniemy that do coach all the way through the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think that would be a great rule. I really do. If everybody had to wait until after, I know everybody's going to go behind their back anyway, and agents will have agreements with people. But I think the hiring process should wait till after the season.
Next, we'll go to Greg Allman.
Hey, Bruce, obviously you had some great plays the last 3 weeks from Sean Murphy-Bunting. I know he's come a long way from his first preseason. When you had to kind of have some harsh words for him in terms of showing up and not being invisible out there, where have you seen the biggest growth from him?
Well, I think the biggest thing with Sean, he was playing beat up almost the entire season, and he learned to play with injuries and still play extremely well. It was a matter of getting his confidence back totally, that he could play. Like I told him, you at 85% better than most people at 100. And so just get out there and do what you can do best. Then started making plays one after another, and now he's playing with extreme confidence.
Next, we'll go to Katie Baker.
Hi there, Coach. I was wondering if you could speak a little bit to the comeback of Jason Pierre-Paul, especially in light of what you were saying earlier about, kind of getting back up. And I think your beginning as a coach coincided with his, car accident. And I'd love to hear about what you've seen from him over the years.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, Jason is he's a medical genetic freak, the way he can bounce back from severe injury. What he did, after his hand injury, but that car wreck, I was just hoping he was going to be able to walk, and football was the furthest thing from my mind. And he told me, he said, I'll be back. And lo and behold, his first play back, he gets a sack. And he's just, he is a rolling ball of energy every single day, and just outstanding. He's the best guy at playing injured and being tough that I know.
Next, we'll go to Mike Jones.
Bruce, it's been very rare that a quarterback can get to a Super Bowl with multiple teams. Tom will be just the fourth. What does it say about his longevity, and why is it so special that him and Peyton Manning are the only two guys to win 2 Super Bowls with 2 different teams?
I think you hit it right on the head. 2 of the greatest to ever play the game. Very seldom do those guys ever become available. So that, with Peyton, with the neck injury and everything that went on, and what he did was just absolutely remarkable coming back and then winning the Super Bowl. Tom is, he's still got a lot left in him. And for him to come to another ball club and do what he's done is just absolutely remarkable, especially when you look at no off season and the continual growth from September to October, November until now. I mean, we're still growing.
Next, we'll go to Sarah Walsh.
Hey, Bruce, can you just update us on what practice was like for you guys today? I know you had some of the media craziness yesterday, but sort of the more football-like routine of getting back to that today, and just update us on those guys that are everyone's kind of keeping an eye on injury-wise.
Yeah, today was a bonus day, so it was strictly walkthrough. We had about 40 or 50 plays of walkthrough, and so all those guys participated, but they're still not ready to go.
Next, we'll go to Tom Rock.
Bruce, 2 quick questions, if I could. The first about your brief retirement. I've heard you talk about how the stars aligned to bring you to Tampa. What if they hadn't? Do you think you would have been content not being a head coach?
Yeah, totally. I totally would have. The thing that doing the broadcasting was fun, just being in the locker room, seeing coaches, seeing players, going to practice on Fridays. And, I had no itch to come back. I got excited because of this job, because of Jason Light, and ownership was fantastic. Jason's a great friend. And then when all those assistants became available and we could put our whole group back together, my wife got excited. When she gets excited, then I got excited about it, and really, really look forward to it. And it's been just a blessing.
And then the second one was, if I could just ask you real quick to talk about the impact that Mike Greenberg has on the organization in the front office.
Oh, it's unbelievable. If there's any kind of question, anything, Greeny's got the answer. I mean, he's absolutely amazing. And he is tireless, man. He's on the phone. He's on the phone 20 out of 24 hours a day. And I don't think he ever sleeps, but he's invaluable to this organization.
We have about 5 more minutes. Next, we'll go to Adam Kilgore.
Bruce, when you were with Byron in Pittsburgh at the end of his playing career, what did you see about whether it was the way he viewed the game or the way he related to other players that made you think he would be a coach? And then if I could follow up on that, how did the process go for you to try to lure him out of this sort of golfing life and into your staff?
Yeah, I mean, Byron was one of the smartest players that I'd ever coached. And, you know, a lot of times we use wristbands. He wanted to hear the play. And he was one of those guys, I'd start the formation. He'd already know the play I'm calling. And but he was already at that time helping the other players, coaching AB, coaching Emmanuel Sanders, coaching Ben, just helping those guys out. And he had a great way of teaching it. And if I wanted some things messaged to some guys, I'd either get Byron or Charlie Batch, who I also thought would have been a hell of a coach. But both those guys were such bright quarterbacks, got the whole game, not just offense. They got the whole game. As far as getting him out, I tried for about 3 years, and Tom Condon and I are good friends, and I kept hitting Tom, hey, is he ready yet? Is he ready yet? And then finally at the combine a few years back, he said, you know what? I think he might be ready. I said, I've got a job. I'll make a job if and when he's ready to come out and try this. So we created an internship and put him on it, and the rest is history. He has run with it.
Next, we'll go to Rick Stroud. Rick, can you hear us? All right, we'll go to James Scully.
Hi, Bruce. Andy Reid said that he's going to celebrate with his patented cheeseburger if they win this week. At Super Bowl 53, you told us one sunny day at a Top Golf that you like to drink in the parking lot with friends, players, and their families after the game. How would you celebrate winning this Super Bowl?
With all our players and coaches. I mean, it would be just a remarkable. Our setup's a little bit different here than what I've had in the past as far as the parking lot. But we will find an adult beverage somewhere and have a great time.
Next, we'll go to Kim Jones.
Hey, Bruce, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, Kim.
Thank you so much. Is your mom going to be there Sunday? I can tell by the smile, let's say yes. So how special, how cool is that for you at this point especially? I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, my mom's 95 and still lives in her apartment with her best friend, Debbie, who's her caretaker. And so, yeah, we're flying her down with my brothers and sisters that are coming and doing everything we can to make sure that she is safe from COVID and has a great time at the Super Bowl.
Last question will come from Phil Jones.
Hey, Coach, how you doing today?
Doing great.
Good. No, the end is going to be the end of the question, but Bruce, I had a quick question now. Why isn't the rest of the league as progressive as you in coaching hires and diversity?
It's a good question. Good question. I don't know because there's so many quality men and women out there of all ethnicities and genders and backgrounds. So, I mean, for us, it's the best coaches we know. They just happen to be some African-American and some women. But I would hope that other owners would look and see that this works to have that many different voices giving input so that the output is greater and make an example of it.
All right, that's all we have time for. Appreciate the time, Coach.
Thanks.
Well, folks, that was, I think, history-making Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach Bruce Arians. And I say history-making because he has a truly diverse staff. African American offensive coordinator, African American defensive coordinator, women on defense, coach, also in strength and conditioning as well. So we've got, it's now 1:16. That meeting has been ended by the host. I'm going to see what other interviews there are around because the schedule, we have Levante David at the podium. So let's, we have Levante David, Carlton Davis, Cameron Brait. Let me refresh this to see who's available. And because there's a 1:30 section. Let's go to Levante David and jump in there if we can. And see how that goes. And I believe I may have forgotten to quit the other webinar.
We'll go ahead and get started.
There we go.
Our first one is going to come from Andy Staples. Thank you for joining us for the Super Bowl 55 press conference with Levante David.
Hey, Levante, I know you guys are trying to be the best team in the world this week, but you played on one of the greatest ever teams already, the 07 Northwestern Bulls.
True that. Levante David, folks.
Talked to Quavon and Sean Spence a little bit the past week, and I was wondering, from your perspective, how tight was the bond with you linebackers on that team?
Oh man, it was the closest ever. I mean, to this day, we still talk daily. Feel like those guys are like my brothers, man. We know everything about each other's life. I mean, I'm Quavon's son, godfather to his son, and me and Sean, every time I'm back home, we always find a way to hang out. We still worked out together during the off seasons. I mean, those guys like my brothers, man. We built a relationship, that's gonna last forever. I feel like those guys are like, another part of my family. I know those guys are definitely guys who I count on for the rest of my life, and they count on me for the rest of their life. I think it's a bond like no other, man. Like I said, those guys are like my brothers, most definitely.
We'll go over to Bruce Feldman.
Levante, on that note, I mean, given how talented that team was, A, can you describe what that collection of talent was like for a high school team? And also, B, how discouraged or motivated were you by Miami taking like 80 of your teammates and you had to go to the junior college route?
Oh, man, it was the most talented, stacked team I ever seen. I mean, it was just like, it's basically like when we hopped off the bus to play the game, nobody wanted to play against us because of all the talent we had. I mean, and the great thing about it is it was a real disciplined, well-coached football team as well. I remember there was a point where we didn't have a coach, and it was during the spring, and we usually around that time, we out there practicing, out there doing 7-on-7, and we ended up running our own 7-on-7. I mean, we already knew what defense we was going to be running, and offense with Corey. And all the weapons he had, they already knew what they was going to be doing offensively. So we was out there competing until we got a coach out there. And great thing about it is everybody just stuck together. It's just crazy how mature we was at that age, at that time. And definitely helped us out in life in the long run. But there's definitely moments that I'll never forget playing on a football team like that. And it was very fun times.
We'll go over to Robert Mays.
Hey, Levante. You've been here for so long in Tampa, and you've seen so many different iterations of this team and different teams. And some of it, there were some low moments.
Yeah.
Have you kind of sat back and just considered what that past decade had been like as you guys are in this position right now?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Like you said, man, there's been some tough times here. I was able to weather the storm and seen all the good, seen all the bad. And now I'm here, man, taking this all in right now. I was telling guys, already the young guys, don't take this for granted. Guys who in their second year, who in their first year, telling them don't take it for granted because this don't happen often. Once you have this foundation, you got to keep on trying to stack on it because it's not easy to get to this position. Look at myself, for example. It took me 9 years to get here. And I don't know if it's going to take me another 9 or whatever, but you just definitely got to embrace this moment. And like you said, man, I seen some tough times, some times where just be like, man, this is what the league is all about. This was my career going to be. And then I seen some good times where it's looking real optimistic. But, just weathering the storm, man, staying strong and still having the love of the game that I have and being in this moment right now. that got me here. And now I have an opportunity to win a Super Bowl for this program. So I'm definitely taking this all in, and I'm definitely appreciative of my journey.
We'll go over to James Palmer.
Levante, what's the difference when Vita Vea is in front of you to what you can see that's going on the other side of the line of scrimmage? And the other part is when Patrick Mahomes gets outside of that pocket, why does everybody fall for that little hop skip that he does to shake defenders, and how you guys not fall for that on Sunday?
I mean, that's the first part of your question. Obviously, you see this big load in front of you, big guy in front of you, but nah. But Vita, man, he's a difference maker for our team. To be such a big guy, he's very athletic. He's a guy who definitely got to account for about 2 blockers each down. And athleticism is underrated, man. Vita can move. He's agile. He's a guy who can get out to the passing, not just to run stuff. And as far as stopping Mahomes and what he do outside the pocket, it's just gonna be take discipline. Everybody just latching on to a man whenever we're man-to-man, or if we're in zone coverage, just matching on to a guy and being able to, take away his zones and his reads. And then at the end of the day, man, you just got to get to him quick as you can, as fast as you can, any way you can, because he makes magic outside the pocket, and that's definitely something that we got to look out for.
We'll go to Greg Allman. Greg? All right, we're going to go over to Kim Jones, the NFL Network.
Hi there. I think I'm unmuted. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Thank you very much. If I may ask 2 questions, please. Why do players, at least the one I've spoken to in the past, love playing for Todd Bowles? And is there a Jason Pierre-Paul impact on your defense? I've known Jason since his days with the Giants, and he is unique.
Mm-hmm. That's the first part of your question. I think people like Coach Bowles because it's open dialogue. He's always open to your opinion. He's always open to you asking questions and figuring out why you want to do certain things on defense. And he's a friendly coach and a great guy to be around, not just a coach but also off the field. And that's something that we love, man. We try to build a relationship. He's just not our coach. We see him as a role model. He's somebody who definitely looks out for your best interests on and off the field. And he's somebody that we respect. And he's a guy who, once he first got hired, when he got here, he kept it real with us, and that's all you can ask for from an individual, from a coach. As a young man come to this league, you just want your coach to be real with you and help you understand what's going on. And that's definitely something that he did, and that's why a lot of guys respect him. And he's an open guy. It's the main thing. He's an open guy, man. He takes his players' opinions for us to help us get better on the field. And as far as JPP, man, I've seen JPP do some crazy things. I played with JPP in junior college. I seen that athleticism. I've seen the talent with JPP a long time ago. And I know what type of player he brings on the field. He can be on the field, and it's transpired over to the league. He's definitely a difference maker for us as far as stopping the run and also rushing out the pass also. So he's definitely a factor for us, and he's a guy who we always expect to get the job done and put out his best when he's on the field.
All right, we're going to go over to Jenna Lane.
Hey, Levante, you have waited 9 years to finally play in your first Super Bowl. And of course, it's quite different because of COVID. So you don't get the full experience as you would in a different year. Does that make it lose its luster at all for you?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. I mean, COVID, you can't control that. That happened. But what we did control was being in this moment right now. Now I'm taking it all in. I mean, whatever's out there that's given at this moment, I'm taking it all in. Nobody will be able to, take this moment away from me. I'm happy to be here. I'm blessed and grateful. I'm just soaking it all in, man. Because like you said, it took me 9 years to get here. I don't know when I'll be here again. So definitely, taking it all in and enjoying this moment. But at the same time, knowing I have a football game to play on Sunday and trying to prepare and get ready for that.
We have 5 minutes left. We're going to go over to Katie Baker.
There, you mentioned playing with JPP at Fort Scott. If you were going to look back and describe him in a word or a memory, what would come to your mind, and what do you think would come to his mind about you?
I think JPP has been the same guy since I met him, man. Energetic guy, happy-go-lucky guy, a free-spirited guy. JPP used to do my haircuts in school and junior college. JPP's a trick of all trades, man. He's a guy somebody who you count on, somebody who you can trust. He's definitely somebody who I can trust to come out and be a friend on and off the field. And you can expect him to be where he's supposed to be and be doing what he's supposed to do. And he'll probably say about me, what he'll probably say about me is just, I'm a loyal guy. I'm a trustworthy guy, and I'm very accountable. But I think he'll say those things about me.
We're gonna go over to Omar Ruiz.
Hi, Levante. It seems like you at your position throughout your career is maybe one of the more underrated players in the league. I think maybe you could say the same thing about Mike Evans. Have you guys talked about or had any conversations about what a Super Bowl win would mean for how you guys are remembered in the game?
Not really. We haven't got that far about that yet. I mean, me and Mike, it's kind of like the same guy as far as, not really running by accolades, man. We just want to win football games. We know we got talent. We know we're talented. We know we're talented football players. We know we dominate our opposition. I mean, all we could do is just go out there and control what we control, and that's what we've been doing. And as far as, this week, all we can do is control what we can control, and that's going out there and trying to win the football game. And, whatever happens after that, as far as, us being ranked as the greatest at our positions, I mean, that's for the media to decide. But, and all in all, man, we definitely feel like we're the best at our position.
I will go over to Joey Knight.
Levante, I was wondering if you could give us a quick update on just how your hamstring's doing. And the other question is, so people are making so much of the home field advantage. To you, what's the biggest benefit of playing this game at home?
As far as the injury rise, I'm just taking it one day at a time, man. Trusting the training staff, just getting better and better day by day. And on Sunday, we'll see how everything go. And then as far as, home field advantage, I mean, it's Super Bowl, so you're gonna have, both fans here and there, from them and from us. But at the same time, we know that it's a stadium that we're familiar with, that we're comfortable with. But at the same time, I mean, the stadium being in a certain stadium, I feel like don't really help you, win a football game. You got to go out there and win it on your own by your play.
Okay, our last one's going to come from Courtney Smith with ESPN.
Hi, Levante.
Hello.
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
So, this summer we had a lot of, protests surrounding Black Lives Matter. We're in Black History Month right now. I was just wondering if there was any music or any artist that really motivates you, or that you really, felt, spoke something that you resonated with you over the summer.
Over the summer, I really feel like the Lil Baby song that he had was a real, inspiring song. That's definitely a song that kind of stood out to me the most. And then just throughout this whole thing, man, just trying to get as much knowledge to people.
I was going to do that, bro.
And just trying to be more knowledgeable about everything that's going on in the world, bro. And
I had my settings at the same as everybody.
And I really feel like that's
Sorry, go ahead, Lamont.
I really feel like that's a great thing. Just continue trying to educate others about what's going on around the world, because that's all you can do right now. Just continue to try to bring up the young ones that's coming behind you, and just trying to motivate them and keep them positive about what's going on in the world, and just continue to hope and pray for change. And the only way that's going to happen is we just keep being positive and keep moving forward.
Okay, that's all for today. Thanks, Levante.
Yep, thank you.
Hey, folks, that was Levante David, folks, and it is 1:29, so I'm going to, this goes on to, I believe, 2 o'clock. Let me see if what is going on around the nets as they were. That me, and we'll chime in on Ronald Jones. Let's see if we can get Mr. Jones, the running back of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And there's this. It's a podium 5. So, well, boy, wait a minute. Just hold on a second here. Podium 5 will reduce that. Come back here. And then we'll go to stop screen, share screen. And there's podium 5. We expect the 98-yard run specialist to appear here any moment now. It's just now 1:30. And let's make sure that we're on track there in terms of where we're supposed to be. And yep, he is podium 5. So 130. So I would think any second now. He'll appear. So hope you're enjoying this, folks. I want to thank the National Football League for allowing me to provide this opportunity for you to watch this broadcast. And let's see here. Still waiting, folks. 132. Share this around. If you haven't done so before, please, again, subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube and bookmark oaklandnewsnow.com.
Andrew will be moderating first.
All right.
You can take that one.
What's good, bro? You can see me?
Yes.
No, we can't see you yet.
Oh, okay.
Wait, let me ask to start video, see if it works. All right, there we go. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right, thanks everyone for joining us for today's Super Bowl 55 media availability with Buccaneers running back Ronald Jones. We'll get started. First question coming from Phil Jones.
Good afternoon, Ronald. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing great, man. And also, congratulations on making the Super Bowl.
Thanks, man.
Let's go and pull up this first question. So, how much of a mentor for Leonard Fournette how much of a mentor has Leonard Fournette been for you, just starting off this season?
I say he came in, and helped with things, that I haven't experienced. I guess, being a starter in this league, I was able to learn from him just how to, prep through the week, things like that. So it's been good, having these older guys around, to lean on that have been in these experiences before.
All right, next question will be from Nick Jacobs.
Ronald, I'm curious for you who's been the most influential coach on you to help develop your running style?
Coach?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, for you, what coach has had the most influence on you helping develop your running style and kind of help you reach to this point?
I definitely say Tom McNair. Just the past 2 years, just working on, trying to be patient and know what to expect from the defense and just to make the reads easier when I'm running the ball.
Our next question will be from Matt Tanner of Sky Sports.
Hi, Ronald. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What are you expecting from the Chiefs defensively? And is there any one player on the other side of the ball that you're going to keep your eye on?
Yeah, we're expecting, a lot, they're a great defense, our work's definitely cut out for us. So just got to make plays when they give us the opportunity. And, they got a lot of good players on that end, in the front seven and the back end. So just looking to find the matchups and win. So that'd be the game plan.
All right, next we'll go over to Chris Ryan from WGIR.
Hey, Ron, I hope all was well with you. When Tom came in, was there kind of an instant credibility of this is where you guys are going to go, this is where you guys are headed in regards to the Super Bowl, or did you need to kind of see things through the course of the year and how they developed?
Definitely. I mean, this man has been to a lot of these before, so definitely when we came in, we knew, we had a shot, at all these goals, and just taking it week by week. But we definitely knew with a leader like that and the guys that we had in place already that, that the sky was the limit. And, here we are. So definitely spoke it into existence, and we did the things we had to do to make it happen.
Next, we'll go over to Jade Mallard.
Hey, Jade Mallard from the Amateur Athletic Union. Can you talk to us a little bit about your AAU track and field days, and what are some lessons you learned that still apply to your career today?
Yeah, I would say just, hard work and determination, has always been something, no matter what sport I was participating in. But, just with track, always kept me in football shape, for the summer and things like that, and then kept my speed. So definitely just, learn, you won't always be the biggest, fastest, the strongest, but, if you go out there with the most heart, you can do anything, because that's one thing that they forget to measure. So.
All right, now we'll go over to Paul Gable.
Hey, Ronald. Working on a story about Coach McCullough and your time together at Southern Cal. Kind of walk me through what he meant to you as a coach, how he was as a coach, how much he helped you get to where you are, and what's it going to be like going against him again, but this time in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Like you said, it's a long time coming. Having been with him, my final year in college, I was also able to learn a lot from him as well. Another guy that, has played a position, and, you can relate to those guys and learn better. So, it's going to be fun going against him again in the showdown. I spoke to him, that week when we played, and, he wished me well, and I wish him the same. So, it's going to be a fun one, though, for sure.
All right, next we'll go over to Matt Welch.
Hey there, Ronald. I just had a question more so pertaining to your hometown back here in McKinney, Texas. You're the first player from your high school alma mater, McKinney North, to play in the Super Bowl. Just talk a bit about what it means to be associated with that and to represent the city of McKinney this weekend.
Yeah, it definitely feels good, having that accomplishment as well. So definitely, want to go out there and put the city on my back, and just bring it home for not only Tampa, but, my people back home in Texas as well. So definitely means a lot.
All right, next we'll go over to Joshua Allen.
How are you doing, Ronald? How are you doing today?
What's up? How you doing?
Just wanted to, at the beginning of the year, you carried the load. You were more of that bruising, pounding back for this team. And, ever since, your injury and COVID, Leonard Fournette's taken more of that forefront role. But now it seems you guys are more like this thunder and lightning duo that Tampa used to have, where he'll come and pound it and you'll come in with these electrifying big runs. How does that help this team, and how does it help both of you stay fresh and ready for the next challenge you have ahead of you and the Chiefs?
Yeah, I think the coaches have done a great job, managing us both and, like you said, keeping us fresh. And I think, it's great because it adds another element to the team. Like you said, we're able to stay fresh throughout the season, throughout the games, and then make plays when we're called upon. So, it's been a great relationship, and, we got one more to take it home. So.
All right, next up, we'll go over to Matt Matera.
Hey, Rojo, congrats on reaching the Super Bowl. It seemed like the offense really started to hit its stride right around after the bye week, where you guys were just putting up 30 points almost in the blink of an eye. I was just curious if you could pinpoint either a moment where you really felt that the tides were turning, or just kind of what was the key to making everything start clicking for you guys down at the end of the season that let you rattle off 7 wins in a row to reach the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think just, coming in every week and seeing what was right there in front of us, definitely had to, go for the kill, take it, because, a lot of guys, never been, in this position, never been to the playoffs, haven't made it this far. So definitely got to seize the moment, like we say. And, yeah, we just want more to do it. So, yeah, it's everything we've been hoping for.
All right, next we'll take a question from Courtney Smith.
Hi, Ronald. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
So, this summer we've had these Black Lives Matter protests. Right now we're in Black History Month. I was just wondering if over the summer, when we were, really getting those protests going, if there was any music or any artist that you really identified with that motivated you, or even songs from the past, throwback, protest songs to the civil rights movements, if there's any music that really motivated you, your teammates, your friends during that time.
Yes, definitely. One of the biggest songs of that during the movements was Lil Baby's The Bigger Picture. I remember when that song came out, and then I was listening to a lot of Tupac too as well. I think T Grizzly had dropped one, and Polo G.
All right, next we'll go over to Zenny Abraham.
Hey, Mr. Jones, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Excellent. Your 98-yard run against the Panthers was scintillating and history-making. I want to find out when did you know in doing that run that you were going to go all the way?
Believe it or not, I kind of knew, right before the play, because, he had sent him in motion, and I seen, a crease had opened up. So, I was thinking, it's going to be one man to beat. I didn't know where he was going to be coming from, but I knew it was going to be a foot race. And then, I just used the projector, to see where the defenders was at, and then just try to change my angle on them.
A follow-up, if I may, a follow-up. What do you think that run says about the value of the running back in the era where passing games are so much talked about?
Yeah, definitely. That the running back, still holds his value in our offense, to keep things balanced and definitely just got to do your part. And, I feel like that was a good run, to solidify my career. And, I've always been, a home run threat, so it was good to finally.
Congratulations and thank you.
Reminder for all media on the call, please raise your hand if you'd like to ask a question. Next, we'll go over to Jade Mallard.
Hey, Ronald, how you doing?
What's up, man?
Not much. So obviously, LaShawn McCoy is a veteran presence on this team, and Tom Brady as well, another veteran presence. But specifically, LaShawn is a veteran running back. How has he helped you as a running back? How has he improved your game? Because LaShawn's been in the league and he's been a superstar for a long time. So how did that help you, having him kind of on your side?
Yeah, definitely. Again, kind of like having a semi-coach out there just telling me what to expect. He'd be like, "Hey, Rojo, look for this, on the defense, this and that." And so, just taking those tips and reminders and just applying them to the game, definitely helps slow it down for you. Like you said, outstanding career, things like that. So I'm still learning from him, as we speak now. So I definitely like, having him be a part of the team.
All right, next we'll go over to James Yarcho.
Ronald, congratulations on making it to the Super Bowl. Is there a friendly competition between yourself and Leonard Fournette as to who's going to get the ball more, who's going to do better, or are you guys each other's biggest cheerleaders?
I'd say so. A little bit of both, definitely want the rock in our hands and who's going to be that and all that. So, we'll say, like who's going to get the most yards tonight, things like that. So, little things like that, keep the edge going, keep the rush going.
Our next up will be Anton Bodelson.
Hey, how you doing? I just wanted to know, how is it to get Tom Brady in the building? Just not as much as a player, but I'm thinking more as, has he been a motivator? And did he just step in the door and suddenly he was the leader of the team? Or did he also have to find his place with the rest of the team?
Definitely, came in, well respected, of course. And, it took a couple of weeks, meeting up and having practices, things like that, just building chemistry. We all here for one thing, and that's to win the championship. So, here we are, and it kind of happened, when you walked in. So I guess that's how it happened.
All right, next we'll go back to Matt Matera.
Hey, Rojo, whether it's you or Leonard Fournette doing your thing in the run game, you can't do it without the offensive line. Can you just speak to the job that they've done this season, especially in the playoffs?
Yeah, facts. Yeah, you can say that one again. Definitely been doing a great job all year, all playoffs. A lot of guys battling injuries, still going out there playing every snap of the game. So, salute to the big boys up front. Most definitely still, interchanging parts and things like that. But it definitely, it starts with them, and I'll be the first one to tell you that.
Thanks.
All right, next we will go over to Danilo Lacale.
Hey, Ronald, how you doing? Danilo from Brazil. Ronald, you had a great season, and I believe you have been dreaming of being a Super Bowl for a long time. What is the best part of finally being in a game like this? And for you, what's the best quality of Buccaneers today?
Yeah, I think the best part would probably be, having it in your own backyard. It's essentially, a home game. I got, family from all across, the world coming. So definitely, 3 years in, I have to say I'm very fortunate, to be here and get an opportunity to play in this game. So, I'm looking to make the most of it.
All right, next we'll go over to Jared Zero.
Hey, what's going on, Ronald?
What's up, man?
So I have a question for you. Obviously, the Chiefs have been high-powered on both ends of the ball, and they were able to hold Buffalo to 24 points last week in the AFC Championship. As an offense, as one of the running backs on a very high-powered offensive team like the Bucs, what are you guys doing to prepare for that?
Definitely, yeah. Just steady watching film and just trying to look for ways to attack the defense. Coach always talks about staying balanced, so we'll look to do that, and just got to come out swinging, like you said, high-powered offense and defense. So definitely gotta stay above the chains, just stay in third and short, things like that. So that's what we'll be looking to do.
Reminder for all media that just joined the call, please raise your hand if you have a question. And now we'll go over to Dan Morardi.
Congrats, Ronald, on making the Super Bowl.
Thank you.
You've won 3 road games to get here. What does it mean to play the first ever Super Bowl at home?
Yeah, again, it's a great feeling, right here. History's already, it's been made, we got some more to make. So, it hasn't fully sunk in yet, but, come kickoff 6:30 Sunday, we'll be ready, locked in.
All right, next we will go over to Jade Mallard.
So to kind of left field here, any advice that you have for young athletes who are currently in AAU sports trying to get to where you are, about to make history potentially?
Yeah, I would tell those guys, keep grinding, keep fighting, don't let the doubters hold you back, because they told me, I was too small, this and that, same things, so as long as you put your heart into it and you know what you want to accomplish, everything is right there in front of you.
Next question will come from Tom Rock of Newsday.
Ronald, I'm sure you keep tabs on other running backs around the league. What were your thoughts when Leonard got cut just a little before the season started?
Yeah, I was surprised, just looking, at the situation down there, usually when they make a move like that, you got to think, they got to have somebody in place, or, somebody, is really good or whatever. But yeah, so it was surprising, when I first got the news, and yeah.
And then what was your reaction when you found out he was coming to join you?
I was like, yeah, that's great. Another guy that can help, take the load off and, help get us to this point where we are now. So, it ended up being great, for the team and all that.
All right, next we will go over to Thomas Idol.
Yep, thank you so much for your time. I'm calling in from Denmark, and you have a kind of a Danish guy in Ryan Jensen on your team. Just want to hear about how his personality is.
Yeah, he's got a great personality. One of the guys always cracking jokes, in the locker room and things like that. Will do anything for his teammates, sacrifice his body, he's like a WWE character out there. And so, it's great, having a guy like that to run behind, because, he's going to put it all out there just like, I will too. So definitely great, having him part, one of the biggest parts of the team, especially that.
Thanks.
All right, next we'll go over to Spencer Shannon.
Ronald, hey, Spencer Shaman here with The Last Resort. How are you doing today?
What's up, man? How you?
I'm good. I just wanted to know, leading up to the Super Bowl, the night before the Super Bowl, what is your dinner that night before the Super Bowl? What are you eating?
That's a good question. I don't know yet. Probably some type of steak with some mashed potatoes and corn, something like that. Yeah.
All right. Sounds delicious. Good luck on during the Super Bowl.
Thanks, man.
All right, next we will go over to John Shearer.
Hey, Ronald, how you doing today?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. I just wanted to ask you, are you treating this as a home game, an away game, neutral? I mean, with cadences and things like that, you know, and you're not really sure what kind of crowd's going to be there, whether it's Bucs or neutral fans. Like, what kind of game is this for you guys?
Yeah, that's another great question. I'd probably say, you know, go neutral, you know, just, you know, the kind of game it is, you know, it's probably be split, you know, with the fans and stuff. It's probably going to be the most fans we played in front of all year. So definitely going to be, you know, for the ages. And yeah, I'll tell you probably at the kickoff, you know, what kind of game it's going to be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up is going to be Mark Topkin from the Tampa Bay Times.
Hey, Ronald, just trying to check with a couple players. How does Bruce Arians at 68 years old relate to some of you young guys, you know, all different kind of personalities in the clubhouse? How does he do that?
I'd probably say, you know, hanging around, you know, assistant coaches and things, because, you know, they're in the, you know, late 40s, early 50s. So they're still trying to, you know, relate to us, you know, ask us, you know, what we listening to, things like that. So I think it's funny, but yeah, he does a good job. You know, he still got to, we put him on some slang, you know, so he stayed pretty hip out there. It's cool.
You taught him some stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, just a reminder for media, if you have any questions, please raise your hand.
Yeah.
And we'll go back to Zenny Abraham.
Hey, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones, if the Bucs win the Super Bowl, what would that mean for you?
For me personally,
yes,
it just mean, you know, a lifelong journey come true, you know, and in this game of, you know, football and in this business, you know, that's the highest point you could reach. So to bring it right back home, you know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes away, to bring it back to the facility, you know, would mean everything for this organization, this team, you know, my teammates. You know, I've been here for the long haul, things like that. So, you know, just putting in all the work, you know, finally, you know, you'll never say you work too hard, you know, if you win something like that. So we're definitely, you know, putting all the chips in.
And as a different question, a different direction, as a Cal guy, what explains USC's lucky domination over my Golden Bears?
I'd probably say, yeah, the talent, you know, just the players we get, and, you know, the standard that we have over there, I guess, you know. I'd probably say that.
Hey, I'll say fight on, and good luck and congratulations, sir.
All right, next we'll go over to Jared Zero.
So kind of to piggyback off my last question about, you know, being part of this high-powered offense and stuff, how important is it having a vet like Tom Brady, who is going into his 10th Super Bowl, to be in that locker room? How important is that for you guys as a team to kind of be mentally prepared for this game?
Yeah, definitely. Just let, you know, all the guys know, you know, we don't have to do nothing special, you know, nothing outside of our, you know, talent requires us to go out there and win. When you got a guy like that, you know, you just got to play your part, and, you know, everything else will come together. You know, nobody has to press, you know, or do any things like that. So I think that's probably the biggest part, just having that confidence, you know, knowing, you know, just play your role, you know, it'll all work out.
All right, we got about 6 minutes left, and we're going to go over to Grace Hansen.
Hi, Mr. Jones. How you doing?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. I just saw that you've been involved with Go Red for Women, the organization, and I was just wondering, like, how you got involved in that, and how being in the Super Bowl kind of increases the visibility of that. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I got involved with that through the American Heart Association. You know, my mom, we had did a little skit, you know, for that, and you know, just encouraging, you know, women to eat healthy, you know, things like that, because it's, you know, one of the leading diseases, causes of death in America. So just, you know, promoting healthy lifestyles and healthy food choices.
All right, next we'll go over to Christopher Holmes from NFL Chile.
Hi, Ronald. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Fine, thank you. Just wanted to ask you for the contribution that LeSean McCoy has had this year, especially him not playing a lot, but with all his experience and career. What has been your main lessons from him?
Yeah, again, we're referring to Shady, just helping, all the time, when I'm on the field and, even watching him practice and playing games, he's been in these moments and these situations before, so yeah, it's always good to have, an OG, like we like to call it, in the room that can, settle the room down and keep everybody level-headed. So it's definitely been, a big help.
Let's go over to DJ Siddiqui from Forbes.
Hey, Ronald, my apologies if this question was asked earlier because I joined late, but, you've been with the Buccaneers for the past 3 seasons. You guys were 5-11 during your rookie year, 7-9 last year. Now you guys are in the Super Bowl. Can you explain what the feeling is like going from being a losing team over the past 2 seasons to now being in the Super Bowl, and what is the biggest difference for why you guys are in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I say the biggest difference is probably, just guys collectively coming together and, buying into the task at hand and just knowing, that we had the talent and the bunch to do it. A lot of the guys, great careers, but, I've never been to this point, myself included, obviously. And so just, finally being here, just taking it all in because, we'll never get those chances again. So definitely means a lot to the team, the organization, and yeah, we got to make the most of it.
All right, next we will go over to Doug from NESN.
When was the first time that you met Tom Brady? What was that interaction like? And how much time do you feel like you've got to spend with him this season with the COVID protocols and everything like that?
Yeah, I think the first time was we had like a little workout session back in the summer. And that was the first time, we just threw some routes, and things like that. What was the second part of that question?
Just how much time have you got to spend with him this season, given all the COVID protocols and everything like that?
Oh, yeah. Time's been cut down short, too. And that's another, great thing, been able to, learn and adjust so fast, me learning from him and, vice versa. So it's just been, a great relationship, to this point. And yeah, I think it's been good.
All right, next we will go over to Martin Weisenberg.
Hey, Ronald, here, Martin Wiesenberg from No Huddle in Argentina. How are you?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Very good, thanks. So, do you have any pregame rituals you do every Sunday? And will you do it this Sunday?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Just nothing different other than, listening to music and things like that. I'll probably, make a special playlist for this game and things like that. But yeah, just, nothing too special. Yeah, just get in the zone, lock in. I might watch, some of my favorite running backs highlights, things like that.
All right, next we'll go over to Austin from the Fully Loaded podcast.
How you doing, Rojo?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Good, thank you. Hey, with the experience of Shady and then also Fournette, how is that running back room? Because sometimes it's by committee who's getting hot. How do you guys stay fresh on the sideline when say playoff Lenny is getting his touches? How do you stay fresh?
Yeah, just knowing the opportunities coming. We do it. Coach, they do a good job at keeping us fresh, like you said, and keeping us ready to go. So the ball's gonna come. It's gonna be in your hands sooner than later. So just gotta always be ready for it. That's just part of the game.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, next we'll go over to Alex Fleming.
Rojo, how you doing, sir?
What's up, man?
Man, we briefly spoke at the beginning of the season before all of this even started. It was almost like a dream. Now we're in the Super Bowl. Well, you're in the Super Bowl. We're watching. Leonard Fournette is fresh. 2 less carries than what he had in Jacksonville. You've been the man most of the season, almost 1,000 yards rushing. Between you two, this is going to be the game of your life. What should we expect on Sunday?
I think, you should see, all the tricks out the bag, I guess, a good dose, good balanced offense, high powered, obviously. So just, yeah, everything, we've been saving for, I guess is for this game, and can't wait for it, coming out and compete, once in a lifetime opportunity. So, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, we'll give it another minute. Any final questions, please raise your hand for Ronald Jones. Zenny Abraham, we'll go back to you.
Yeah, this is one about offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich and Eric Bieniemy. What do you think it says that this is history making? You have two offensive coordinators, both African American, for opposing teams for the first time. What do you think that says about progress in the NFL and society?
Yeah, again, it's a great, testament to, the work ethic of those two men, and, giving individuals like me, the opportunity to make plays and all that. So I think it's great, for football, in a month like this as well, Black History Month. And yeah, I think it's great. I hope to see more, men of my color getting those same opportunities.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that's all for today. Appreciate it, Roger.
All right, thank you. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Water look good. 24.
It's kind of fun to keep the camera running to see what kind of, or hear what kind of repartee is going on in the background. But that concludes this round of interviews. This was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and schedule-wise, I believe that closes us out for the day, at least right now. Let's see what we've got going. Just to, and I'll always try to make sure to share that with you. So let me show you what I'm looking at right now as I go to share the screen here. Yeah, there it is. And this is what I'm seeing from the media center. All of these are completed. And there isn't anyone scrolling down that's available now. And so that's that there, right? Now the question is what's going on or what's happening next. And I will show you that's who is there. If we go back to the home page, which is the schedule page, all right, we scroll down. Yep, that's it for today. So we're done for today, and we pick up tomorrow. Okay. 10:30 in the morning, we have the NFL Network analyst media availability. That'll be a lot of fun. CBS, okay, that's here, all right. And then CBS Media Day. We have the Super Bowl today pregame media availability with James Brown, Nate, my friend Nate Burleson, and Boomer Esiason, Phil Simms, Sean McManus is chair, executive producer Harold Bryant, and producer Drew Koliski. We have Gene Skeletori, my friend Charles Davis, and his colleague Ian Eagle. And that other pregame show media availability as well, including my friend Amy Trask, longtime friend, Tops. So that will be at 1 o'clock. And then, but it all starts at 11 o'clock. So from 11 until 12:15, we'll have Super Bowl today. And then from 12:20 to 12:40, you'll have Gene Skeletori and then the Ian Eagle and Charles Davis. And from 1 o'clock to 1:30, we'll have Amy Trask and crew. So there we are. So that rounds out the availabilities for tomorrow. Remember, if you haven't done so, subscribe to Zenny62 and bookmark oaklandnewsnow.com. And that will end this broadcast. Thank you very much.